Hello again. I'm going to attach a interesting article. It's on Conservative Review, dated June the 27th, 2016, written by Nate Madden, M-A-D-D-E-N. Title: SCOTUS sets terrifying new precedent on gun rights. The Supreme Court passed some potentially sweeping gun control legislation Monday, and carelessness could now cost you your Second Amendment rights, according to the ruling. In a 6-2 decision in the case of Voisin versus United States, the court ruled that crimes of recklessness rise to the same level as misdemeanor crimes of domestic violence, which preclude individuals convicted of such a crime from firearm ownership by federal law. Now, do you know what that means? Well, let's say you're driving your vehicle and you text a message, which you shouldn't be doing, and there's an accident as a result of your inattention to detail, and your wife or your child is injured. Well, you just put yourself in a rather precarious position. Not only have you injured a loving family member, you've also potentially lost your gun rights forever. That's what this new ruling amounts to. Now, you want to read the article, and the question that needs to be asked is, can individuals be grandfathered into this? I don't know. I don't think legally they can, but legalities matter. The example that I used is just one example. What this means is anytime you endanger your spouse for whatever reason, you've put yourself into, once again, a precarious position where you could find yourself losing your Second Amendment rights forever. Both petitioners in the case, who had been convicted of crime reckless in nature, claimed that their convictions shouldn't have triggered the federal prohibition. Justice Kagan, on behalf of the majority, saw it quite differently. Elena Kagan. And again, this is a justice that was never a justice. She was an attorney, but a rather key attorney for Obama's inauguration into the Oval Office. She buried his past. You want to take some time to read it. And then you've got Justice Thomas and Sotomayor. They joined the dissent. It's rather frightening how they can go ahead and just do what they want to do whenever they want to do it. In enacting the federal firearms law, Congress was not worried about a husband dropping a plate on his wife's foot or a parent injuring her child by texting while driving. Congress was worried that family members were abusing other family members through acts of violence and keeping their guns by pleading down to misdemeanors. Instead, under the majority's approach, a parent who has a car accident because he sent a text message while driving can lose his rights to bear arms forever if his wife or child suffers the slightest injury from the crash. It goes on to say the Second Amendment is under assault on all fronts, between a president willing to use, quote unquote, the pen and the phone to the fullest extent possible, to congressmen either hostile to the Constitution itself or others simply too cowardly to fight for it, and a federal judiciary that seems content to erode and chip away at the founders' intent for the right. One wonders, isn't government interference with the right to bear arms the reason it's enumerated in the first place? Well, it seems not to matter. And if you haven't noticed, your rights are being taken away as each day goes by. Like I said, folks, I don't make the news. I just get an awful lot of information that I go through, and I turn items that I believe would be of interest to my subscribers and to my viewers, which I hope become subscribers, into informative videos. This one here, I think, falls within those parameters of important, informative video. You think it's going to stop here? I don't. They're going to continue to look for ways to take away our Second Amendment rights. They can't do all they want to do as long as we have access to weapons. You want to thank the Founding Fathers. They did the best they could, didn't they?